Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gathering Your Tools. This is Jennifer Pluta. I'm the Assistant Director of Veteran Career Services at Syracuse University for the Office of Veteran and Military Affairs. Today's episode of Gathering Your Tools is on branding. And today joining us is Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee is a 2017 Whitman School of Management graduate, and he graduated with a dual degree with marketing and business management. Kevin currently works for Amazon. He is a technical account manager, and he's been in the role for about a year now. And he's joining us to let us know about his career journey and about the importance of branding. So, welcome, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jennifer.
Absolutely. So, why don't you begin by telling us a little about yourself and that of Amazon?
Yeah, I graduated in 2017 Syracuse University, but I was also doing Marine Corps Reserves, and I recently got out in 2018. I actually transitioned right out of college into a job. I would say maybe 3 days after my graduation, transitioned into finance. So I was working as an operations analyst. Didn't feel like it was a good fit for me, so then I later transitioned into Amazon Fulfillment, where I launched the fulfillment center in New York City. And then after that, felt that I wanted to challenge myself in a different industry, and I applied for a role in AWS, Amazon Web Services, and now I'm a technical account manager.
Great. And so, how would you define your personal brand?
My personal brand, so everyone's personal brand is going to be definitely different, and I would say definitely my personal brand definitely changed throughout time. uh, I could definitely say in the beginning my personal brand was uh, very interactive. I always showed my peculiar side, something that's gonna definitely make me different from the mass. So I would always give them fun facts about myself, but also tie that into their company culture, just to show that I, think outside the box and deliver those said results by using concrete examples, and also just building that rapport with people, right? Instead of having a very formal environment, always make sure to have a smile, always occasionally throw some jokes around, and build that human contact relationship.
What's the difference between like your personal brand and that of your companies? Are they the same? Are they different? Do you work on both?
You definitely want to make sure that your personal brand aligns with your company brand. And if it doesn't, that means it's just simply not the right fit. So what companies tend to do is they already are aware of their own company culture, their own brand. And how they hire employees is they want to know if their personal brand aligns with a company. So, something like, is this person able to learn on their feet? Is this person able to teach? They'll be able to know that based on your personality, based on your previous history. Companies focus more on those intangibles.
What role did your personal brand play during your time at Syracuse University?
I didn't even know what my personal brand was until I got into Syracuse University, where we're trying to figure out things that I needed to work on, things that I needed to brush up on, and focus on my strengths. After I was able to identify those strengths and focus on things I needed to work on, then that's when I was able to project my personal brand into these networking events that Syracuse University provided for student veterans.
How did it evolve from graduating from Syracuse University and entering your first job to where you are now?
What Syracuse University did for me was it created that foundation for me. It created that foundation of showing me the importance of both branding and networking, and I brought that mindset into the the real world, right? Then what did I end up doing? I uh, went back to ground zero and just brought that stuff with me from Syracuse University, as in constantly attending these networking events and sharpening my tools, sharpening my personal brand, and doing a lot of background research. Right? If I want to apply for a role in J.P. Morgan Chase, are my personal brands aligning with the company brand? And if so, I need to make sure that I have all that information in my back pocket. So when I do meet up with a recruiter, I'll then show them how our brands align together and how
Mm.
I'm a great fit for this role and the company culture.
what suggestions would you give to a student veteran who is like, holy cow, I got to develop a personal brand. I didn't know that that was even a thing. Like, where should a student veteran even begin to start developing their personal brand or their personal identity?
When you do meet up with, let's say, a person you reached out to on LinkedIn, let's say that someone wants to work at Amazon and someone reaches out to me on LinkedIn, definitely be yourself, right? Always be authentic. And when you are being authentic, always make sure to do your research on Amazon, right? Do your research on Amazon. I'm sure that other companies have their own version of leadership principles, right? The principles of how to be an outstanding employee. And if it truly matches with your personal brand, then uh, that's already going in the right step, right? You already did your prior research and you wanted to see if you're a good fit for that company culture. And if so, then definitely go for it and continue to build that rapport.
Mm.
Uh, I think the biggest pitfall that I see of people reaching out to other employers on LinkedIn is, hey, this is my resume. I think I'm a great fit for this role. It just feels very informal. Just
Mm.
I would say try to find a way to pierce that. It's almost like making a friend. Like recruiters are just regular people. At the same time, we're getting hundreds of messages of getting of oh, how do I get into this role? Try to captivate your recruiter.
What was your final piece of advice would you give to a student veteran? It could be in regards to their personal brand, or it could be how to best prepare themselves for their career journey. What is your best career advice?
My best career advice would be just continuously sharpen your tools. Even after you finish your uh, getting your bachelor degree, or even let's say you got your master's degree, never stop learning. I think that's my biggest takeaway, especially when I got my bachelor degree from Syracuse University and I got into finance and I started questioning myself if this is the role that I want to be in. Well, don't be afraid to try out other roles. I mean, I for one, I'm the one that went into three different industries. I went into finance, then I got into supply chain, and now I work in tech. So don't be afraid to make those changes, because if you truly believe in yourself and your own skills, uh, you'll be able to go into those different industries. The only reason why I was able to move into three different industries is because the company truly believed that I have the leadership principle of learn and be curious. So if you're constantly curious and you're constantly learning, any company would take a chance on you, even if it's a guy like me who doesn't have any tech background.
Again, thank you very much, Kevin, for lending us your expertise. I'm sure our student veterans will find all of your suggestions beneficial for their career journey. For those of you who are watching, don't forget to watch other Gathering Your Tools videos as we dive into other career-related topics.